all things Africa.
Fásán gan tójú tí a lọ irọ́ àti bùbá yẹn pẹ̀lú gèlè skóńtó ló. Gèlè odò tí kámọ̀wé kò dàbí kó yẹ ní. Gèlè odò bí kámọ̀wé kò dàbí kó yẹ ní. Èyí yẹ ẹ́ o bàbá ta ló sọ pé kò yẹ àwọn dà bàbá ta ló sọ pé kò yẹ ìgẹ̀gẹ̀ pa kó pa mọ́ wọn lẹ́nu kẹ̀kẹ́ tí kẹ́ pa mọ́ bàbá wọn lẹ́nu ìgẹ̀gẹ̀ pàṣẹ kó pa mọ́ wọn lẹ́nu sẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ tí kẹ́ pa mọ́ bàbá wọn lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ hurunhurun inú ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ lómi gbé bó bá ṣojú ló ń dùn wọ́n kágbà jígí fún wọn. Ṣé torí mi lẹ lọ gẹ́gẹ́lé? Ṣé torí mi lẹ lọ gẹ́gẹ́lé kẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀? Àbí torí wọn lẹ gẹ́gẹ́lé kẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀? Bó bá ṣe torí mi lẹ gẹ́gẹ́lé. Iná àgẹ́ bílẹ̀ mi kótó lọ. Thunder. Onígèlè yìí ẹjọ́ ọba onígèlè yìí ẹjọ́ ọba onígèlè yìí ẹjọ́ ọba kí ló dé. Gègèlè skẹ́ńtẹ́lẹ̀.
Honor and respect. Divine all blessed greetings and salutations. It is another edition of Revolutionary Hoodoo, New Orleans Voodoo Secrets and Recipes. Voodoo Hoodoo 101. Powered, promoted, sponsored, and supported by NOIVD, New Orleans International Vodou Day. Greetings one and all this Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. Today we had a total solar eclipse and new moon in Leo. to accompany our monthly new moon ceremony at Cluett's Garden. I was not present, but many of our house members were and community were present. And again, we're always thankful and appreciative of those who join us and participate in our monthly new moon ceremony. The total solar eclipse was visible across parts of Russia, Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. And for the first uh, total solar eclipse on the mainland of Europe since 1999, and it was partially visible here in North America, Europe, Northern Asia, and Northwest Africa. This moon being in Leo, the eclipse highlights self expression, creativity, new beginnings, and aligning with Saturn for long term stability. There will also be a partial upcoming lunar eclipse August 27th and 28th of 2026. And so we indeed are grateful for those who continue to support and participate in our monthly new moon ceremonies. Again, greetings and salutations, one and all. Thank you so much for continuing to support us here on weeknights at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time on a platform near you or by way of our QR code in the upper left corner of your screen with the little blue ducky head in the middle, or by way of our scrolling URL. Family, come on in, come on in, come on in. Settle yourself, settle your spirit, settle your mind. You are tuned into Voodoo Hoodoo 101, powered by New Orleans International Vodou Day. And I am your host, your guide, your brother at the crossroads, the Divine Prince Ty. And tonight we're going to speak plainly, truthfully, and with the full weight of our ancestors behind us. Now, listen, one of the missions, one of the heartbeats of New Orleans International Vodou Day is this: to foster a greater degree of tolerance, acceptance, interest, and solidarity across the many, many forms of African traditional religions and African spiritual practices in the New World. And when I say many forms, I'm talking about the whole spiritual diaspora. Vodou, voodoo with four O's, hoodoo, Ifa, Lukumi, Palo, Obia, Congo traditions, Black American conjure, root work, the family line practices, the regional practices, the house traditions, and the things your grandmother did that you didn't even realize were sacred. And we are here to bring those voices together, not to flatten them, not to erase them, not to make them all sound the same, but to celebrate the diversity of practice. Because diversity is not a threat. Diversity is proof that the tradition is alive. And let me tell you something else. We welcome practitioners from all walks, all lineages, all houses, all nations, even the very opinionated ones, even the ones who say, well, in my tradition, we don't do it like that. Even the ones who come in with strong feelings, strong rules, strong boundaries, because that passion, that fire, that conviction, that's part of the culture. That's part of the lineage. That's part of the living tradition. And what we don't welcome is fear. We don't welcome ignorance. We don't welcome the kind of isolation that keeps people from learning, from growing, and connecting. So here at NOIVD, New Orleans International Vodou Day, now in our fourth year, we believe in bringing people together, not to argue, not to compete, not to prove who is right, but to show the world that African traditional religions are not one thing. They are many things. We are many nations. We are the rivers. We are the languages. We are the memories. And we are the living breath of Africa carried across oceans and kept alive in the hands of our ancestors. And nowhere is that more evident than right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans is not just a city. New Orleans is a crossroads. New Orleans is a spiritual archive. New Orleans is a place where Congo meets Yoruba, where Fon meets Congo Angola, where Haitian Vodou meets Louisiana Hoodoo, where indigenous medicine meets African root work, where Catholic saints walk side by side with African spirits. And this city is a living testament to survival, adaptation, and continuity. Authentic ATR and African spiritual practices in the New World have always been about remembering who we are, even when the world tried to make us forget. They have always been about healing, protection, justice, community, and connection to the unseen forces that guide our lives. But let me say this clearly, authentically. Authentic, Authenticity does not mean rigidity. Authenticity does not mean exclusion. Authenticity does not mean policing every detail of someone's practice. Authenticity means lineage. It means integrity. It means respect. It means knowing the difference between tradition and invention and still having the wisdom to understand that living traditions evolve. Here at New Orleans International Vodou Day, we honor the old ways. We honor the elders. We honor the houses, the temples, the peristyles, the shrines, the ilays. We honor the Mambo, the Babalao, the Tata, the conjure woman, the two-headed doctor, the diviner, the herbalist, the spiritual worker. And we honor the people who kept these traditions alive when it was illegal to practice them, when it was dangerous to speak their names, when it was forbidden to call on the spirits of Africa. And we also honor the practitioners who are reclaiming, rediscovering, and reconnecting today because the ancestors are still calling, the spirits are still speaking, the traditions are still growing. So, as we open this evening's session of Voodoo Hoodoo 101, I invite you, whether you are a seasoned practitioner, a curious newcomer, a scholar, a devotee, or someone simply seeking understanding, to approach this space with openness. Approach it with humility. Approach it with curiosity. And approach it with the understanding that African traditional religions are not relics. They are living, breathing, evolving systems of knowledge and power. Our mission is not to convince you that one tradition is superior. Our mission is not to convert you. Our mission is not to flatten the differences. Our mission is to create a space where practitioners can speak, share, teach, challenge, and learn from one another without fear, without hostility, without the need to dominate or erase. Because when we stand together, when we listen to one another, when we honor the diversity of practice, we strengthen the entire spiritual ecosystem. We strengthen the community. We strengthen the culture. We strengthen the legacy of our ancestors. So take a breath, open your mind, open your heart, open your spirit. Tonight, we walk together into the living world of ATR and nights moving forward and African spiritual traditions in the New World, and especially here in New Orleans, with respect, with reverence, and with the understanding that every voice has a place at this table. This is Voodoo Hoodoo 101, powered by New Orleans International Vodou Day. We are always honored, grateful. I personally am truly honored and grateful to give my platform, to share my created sacred space with you, with this powerful, growing organization, and with the world as New Orleans International Vodou Day moves forward in our fourth year and exists to restore rightful dignity, authority, and global recognition to the Voodoo family of traditions. Our mission, our purpose, and the motive behind New Orleans International Vodou Day continues to form a single coherent vision to protect, unify, and elevate Vodou, and Voodoo as living world traditions with deep ancestral, cultural, and spiritual authority. Our mission frames NOIVD not as a festival, but as a cultural embassy for Voodoo worldwide. And NOIVD responds to the urgent needs of this moment, a time when Vodou is simultaneously sought after while yet misunderstood and misrepresented. And our purpose unfolds across several dimensions. NOIVD exists to protect the traditions from harm, but NOIVD confronts misrepresentation in media, exploitation by uninitiated practitioners, cultural theft and commodification, historical trauma, and colonial narratives. And by establishing standards of authenticity, NOIVD becomes a shield for the traditions and the communities that carry them forward. NOIVD serves as a platform for public teaching, ceremonial demonstration, scholarly dialogue, and youth and community education. And this ensures that what the world learns about voodoo comes from real practitioners, not stereotypes or outsiders. And we continue to strengthen international cultural diplomacy through partnerships with the Republic of Benin, Haitian cultural and spiritual leadership, New Orleans cultural institutions, and the global diaspora communities. New Orleans International Vodou Day positions voodoo as a legitimate world religion with diplomatic presence and cultural power. We continue to invite your support, participation, your visitation, your promotion of these events, your donations and sponsorship of this powerful legacy and expanding international endeavor. And please continue to visit us for connection and more information about participating, volunteering, and supporting our symposium, our Afroecology exhibit, our art exhibition, and our youth programming at Xavier University annually for NOIVD weekend, and our procession from the river to Congo Square, and our sacred ceremony held at the New Orleans Healing Center. We are also thankful for your continued support and participation on all social media platforms. And for those who participate and support this podcast live in chat and always in archive at your leisure and convenience. But to those of you who continue to show up even when we are not here, even when we get preempted by scheduling or other life challenging events, please continue to support us and join us. And for those who continue to send those DMs, those instant messages, those text messages, those email messages, certainly when we're not present, we're eternally grateful. Some of you know what I've personally been challenged with, what we as an organization have been challenged with, and what our world and our nation and our community continues to confront and battle each and every day. So we do our best to be as consistent, as present as we possibly can. And we do invite you to join us live on platform with your mic, camera, your photo avatar by way of our QR code in the upper left corner of your screen, or by way of our scrolling URL banner, which for some reason I cannot access right now. Okay. What happened to my banners? All my banners disappeared on me. Okay, so use the QR code until I can retype and resubmit our URL and post it visibly where you can see it on the screen. Brother Ray Alexander, your question, what is the name of the artist or nation? So I believe you were referring to the opening TikTok video that I reshared, which is Yoruba, Nigeria. And I would say it's a cultural performance. It certainly had certain spiritual and religious nuances, but it was a cultural performance. And I certainly appreciate your attention. Black Scarface, I love you as well. Happy Wednesday to you and yours. Thank you for your continued support and participation. Involuntary 723, thank you for joining us. LeGrand Floor, thank you so much for your support and continued participation. The Locksmith joined us this evening. I'm grateful. Astro Poppy, we certainly appreciate your continued support and participation. Queen Cat, thank you so much for your continued support and participation. Whitney L, 1969, grateful for you and yours and your participation. Flourishing Queen, continue to flourish, continue to support us. We appreciate you. Karen's S2022, we appreciate you. Redriver, Red River Conjure, we certainly do appreciate you. James Yates, 288, Jelani 19, we certainly appreciate you. Kasim Nazima, we certainly appreciate you for joining us. And we again invite your support, your participation. Do join us here live on platform Monday through Friday night at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time by way of our QR code. And once I can get it back in the queue, by way of our scrolling URL. We're indeed always grateful for your participation and your support. I'm grateful for my beloved co-hosts who stand faithful and committed almost every night throughout the year, no matter what all is going on. And just, I appreciate the love and support. Some of you know that I faced some health crisis in the last 2 weeks. I had some vascular artery issues. I had varicose veins, and I had a bit of a event. And so I'm, exercising, working on my diet, taking the appropriate medication, Certainly, I appreciate all the love and the continued support. And I invite you to like, share, subscribe, repost, reshare, not just when we're live, but reshare your favorite archived episodes. Reshare some of our older episodes and posts that can all be found on my main YouTube profile. Brother Ray Alexander asks, are there other documentaries with me and some of the elders of the city and in the spiritual system? The Julia Brown, yes, was one that I did. The Curse of Julia Brown. A Cursed Man was probably the most recent. Uh, I would say it's probably neck and neck with popularity with Big Frida reality TV show. Big Frida Bounces Back, which is, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I did, I believe, two documentaries with PBS and Dr. Emily Zerka, which can be found on my YouTube profile, dedicated to the academic study and understanding of zombies from a historical and cultural dynamic, and in some cases, a scientific dynamic. So it featured Haitian Vodou culture practitioners on location, as well as some on location with myself, and I believe some spiritual practitioners in Florida, here in the U.S. I've done two documentaries that are completely in German. So I'll have to have that in front of me on tomorrow night so I can properly say and pronounce the name of those platforms and episodes where we talk about, again, some coverage of Aunt Julia Brown and the supposed curse, but uh, New Orleans voodoo and Louisiana voodoo in particular, and root work and conjure, which I'm said to be sort of proficient, particularly proficient at. But I just claim voodoo. Voodoo is an umbrella term that covers the diversity of my DNA encoded algorithm and archive, as well as many of us in the mid-Atlantic, transatlantic diaspora that carry often 6, 7, or more ethnic groups just within our very DNA. So it's a never ending process, a never ending journey of looking and searching and researching and going within and doing the light and the shadow work. And so I do appreciate you. Many of my productions can be found on my personal YouTube page, which archives all of the podcasts, all of the NOIVD podcast, weekly, nightly podcasts. You can also visit my IMDb profile at www.I like international, I M like Mary, D like David, B like boy, .me / Divine Prince Ty Emeka. And you'll find almost my entire digital resume of movies, TV shows, TV commercials, in some cases, some of the music videos, but not all of them show up there. And some of the independent productions that I've worked on can be found on my IMDb profile. But thank you so much, Brother Ray Alexander, for your interest and your support. My beloved co-hosts will probably begin rejoining me again on tomorrow night. Brother Joshua Nyland Tanner and his beloved have returned to town, so they should be reappearing here with us on platform very soon. My second priest and our executive director and producer, Tyson Allen Horn, will also be rejoining us, and our beloved Queen Mother, Sister Tony Val Martinez, and our Queen Mother, Bianca Johnson Plessy, and our beloved Mama Nilata will also be joining us, as well as varying members of our team and our coming structure for next year: artists, performers, businesses, people that support us, and certainly we wish and seek to support you. I also invite your submission of content, videos that can be aired during the podcast that promote and support Vodou, ATR, certainly your practice, your tradition. Please send them to me by way of my website, www.houseofthedivineprince.com, and click on the contact form and submit that to me. Or you may email me directly at divineprince@houseofthedivineprince.com. I will also accept your submissions by way of thedivineprince@gmail.com. These are the only emails that I am communicating from. It's a lot of trickery going on. It's a lot of fraudulent activity going on. Please double check the email addresses. I often use HTTPS, which are secured URLs. And again, I appreciate your support. Do your homework, do your research. I am everywhere, but so too are the scammers, the copycats, the fraudsters, and the mimicking profiles. Flourishing Queen, thank you so much for the support. She learned of me by way of the Cursed Man documentary. She loved my segment and my honesty. Thank you so much, beloved. Believe me, it was more raw and in the moment than it may have appeared. They did do a little editing. I literally got up and walked off the throne, walked off the set in the middle of that filming. I was appalled and outraged. But I'm grateful for the opportunity. The coverage certainly has been ever expanding. People continue to respond to the documentary, reach out to me because of having seen the documentary, and are now beginning to look at some of the past work that I've done. I did a brief stint on a docu-series in Canada for a street musician, which can also be found on my YouTube channel. There are many things that right now I can't even remember off the top of my head. But if you visit my IMDb profile, as well as my main YouTube profile and content, you should find access to. There are a lot of clips in Instagram and a lot of clips in TikTok, but they're often not in any particular order. Sometimes if you use some of my hashtag all is a blessing, hashtag respect the voodoo, hashtag love my New Orleans, you may bring up some of that content. Hashtag voodoo tie, VOODOOTYE, voodoo tie, and many of those clips will come up and will surface in social media. So thank you so much for your time, your energy, your love, your support, your patience with me, as well as my personal challenges and the many changes that involve the development of an organization like New Orleans International Vodou Day. We continue to roll with the punches. We continue to meet at the crossroads with our ancestors, with our heads guarded and protected and blessed and anointed, always doing the work in concert with the ritual calendar. For those of you who understand the ritual calendar, divine all blessed white day to you and yours. Do your work, do your work, do your work. Until next time, prayerfully tomorrow night at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. On a platform near you, I offer you divine all blessed love, peace, joy, prosperity, remembering that all is truly and indeed a blessing if you can just see beyond the veils, for it is all just an illusion and a test in one of the greatest divine mysteries of this life cycle. Good night. Ayibobo, Odabo, and Ashe. Until next time.
Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀lọ́dọ̀ bàbá tàwa. Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Ẹni pé ká máa ṣọ̀jẹ̀ ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù o. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù o. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Àtòrí wẹ́wẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa jọ̀jẹ̀. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Ẹni pé ká máa lùlù. Ọ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn ò fi kún. Toisinde aero danu. Sumo refrain. Toisinde aero danu. Refrain. Sumo. Japonais. Toisinde aero danu. Nuweda di bode monodu. Akweno vide mojiya. Ani eno wane weno danu sobidi. Wala kama zoto usondidi. Yawale kala mubidi. Eyalo minadopo. Toisinde aero danu. Toisinde aero danu. Sumo refrain. Nuweda di bode monodu. Akweno vide mojiya. Ani eno wane weno danu sobidi. Wala kama zoto usondidi. Yawale kala mubidi. Eyalo minadopo. Obiye.
Increasing over the years. Allow me to show you something.
They say I'm crazy and that might be true. I got this right in my DNA, yeah, I'm coming for you. It's time we turn the table, strip these motherfuckers on you. I wanna see you hanging from trees, it's time you pay for your dirt and your showtime. You created the monster, you created the beast. Now all this savagery you just gon' reap. I'm coming home, daddy, to the plantation, and I'm taking the lives of everybody, including the children, on some Nat Turner away. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. I met my girl Harriet at the gate. If you wanna know how she doing, yeah, she straight. But she had one question: when we gon' get up? All that talking tough, yeah, we don't walk it tough. She got it locked and loaded, got that piece up on her side. She looked me in my eyes and said, "Meet you ready to ride?" Moving forward, you gotta use both eyes. Watch your front and watch your back. Keep your hands up on your gas. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. He sit at the table, but he don't order no bacon. He greet me in those words, assalamu alaikum. Got them glasses on his face and them waves in his head. He go by the name of Detroit Red. He looks me in my eye and says, "You only get one try. Know that your biggest opposition will come from the inside. I know you wanna love them all, but don't even try, because they'll smile up in your face while plotting your demise." Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. We are the children of the ancestors that weren't punked.